Hello. Am I live? Can someone, if there's anyone in the chat, let me know? Oh, there's 8 people. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I have to look over here. I'm using 2 screens. Hi, everyone. I can also check on my phone. It's been a while since I went live, but I just wanted to do some writing sprints, so I thought might as well go live so that you can do it with me. Okay. Apparently it's working. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hi. This is my first time streaming here. Like I haven't streamed in a while. Now I'm not sure how many people are gonna show up. And that's okay because I did this kind of last minute. Can you hear me okay, by the way? I hope so. But we'll see. I'm just gonna probably get started pretty quickly on the sprints and maybe do a couple, the usual 20-minute. Hello to the 7 people here. Hello, hi. Oh, hi. Thank you, William. William can hear me. Good, great. I hope it's not too late for everybody joining. I just decided to do this pretty last minute, and time zones are so annoying, aren't they? But hopefully people who can't usually attend, maybe this is a better time. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about the time? I have iced coffee that I just made in preparation for this because I'm gonna need coffee. It's that time of the semester. How's everyone doing? I have just concluded probably the worst week of my life. So I thought, you know what? It would be really fun to come on here and do some writing and stuff. It was just it was a week, dude. There's 14 people here now. Hi, Shaylin. Ava says this time works for me. That's great. Okay, cool. 9 in Michigan. Yeah. Usually I do these in Eastern time, but I'm no longer there right now. So, depressed and happy, LOL. Yeah. No, that is the mood. For me, there is a lot to look forward to, but there is a lot to be stressed about. But that's okay. I'm at school right now, so when I go home, I'm looking forward to it. I should be home in Toronto pretty soon. I'm excited. It'll be a while, but it's also soon. Lavy Cake says, "Love you, Rachel. Keep it up." Thank you. Thank you. How would everyone feel about let's just get started on some sprints maybe when we hit the 4 or 5 minute mark? I'm not sure if I'm going to say your name incorrectly. Rikia says it's 9 p.m. in Georgia, so this is good for me. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I wasn't sure, if you guys like earlier times, later times. I know I have an audience across the world, so I usually like to do them at varying times so that people can attend. Ava says, haven't written in a while, so this is good timing. I'm so happy that this can be some space for us to write together. Kels asks, are you doing Nano? Yes, I will do NaNoWriMo this year. I don't know if I will hit 50,000 words just because, speaking of 50,000 words, this is the stream where I'm trying to hit 50,000 words in my novel. I'm working on 7th Virtue, and I don't know how many words I'm at in that book. I don't even have it open, but I'm almost there. And so I just want to hit 50K. But yes, for Nano, I will be doing it, but it's probably going to be a lose NaNoWriMo campaign like it was last year because that was so fun. 23 people here. There's quite a few people here. That's great. Okay, cool. I have opened my book. I'm always so bad at the streaming thing. I don't think you can see that. No, because that would be scary. All right. Oh, okay. Perfect time for you in Australia. Okay, great. You're from us. That's nice. I didn't know I had viewers from Australia. That's thank you for tuning in. Ava says, I wrote 60,000 words during Nano last year. How? Who is she? Wow. 60,000 words in a month? Wow, that's a lot. That's fantastic. Great. I don't think I could, I don't know. Seventh Virtue, I've been writing it since May, and my goal was to hit 50K, I think by the end of August, and then I moved at the end of August, and I was at 40K, and it was supposed to be September 30th, and then I've just been very busy with school, so it's now the end of the month, October. So I'm hoping that I can actually hit the 50K. Okay. I'm gonna put up a timer. Um, share. Oh, Shaylin says last year I lost Nano, but like I did a good job losing. And this year I will be losing Nano by falling on my face. No, I get that. I don't remember how my Nano went. I'm not sure if it was successful, but I think I was pleasantly surprised by how greatly I failed last year. I don't know how many words I can get in this year, though. My November looks pretty clear. I don't know about everybody else. I was surprised by how clear my November allegedly is going to be. Um, Shannon says it won't be a pretty loss. I know. I wanna lose Nano, but like lose it well, you know? Karen Marie just got here. Hello, hi. And Ava says lose Nano 2021. Yes, let's make it a thing. I think that gets people to like be involved too, and I think that's a good thing. If we're all just writing for a month, that's fun. I haven't been writing very frequently because of school. I usually just write Seventh Virtue at night in like bizarre patches of time where I write 5,000 words in 2 hours and then I don't work on it for like a month. That's kind of the school vibe. So, anyway, let me share my screen and let's start the sprints. I will be looking this way when we're doing the sprints because I have developed neck problems, and so I need to look straight on so that it does not um, worsen. So share screen. Let's do that. Okay. Share screen. Oh, okay, here we go. Don't show these tips again. Thank you. Chrome tab. Okay, in theory, you should be seeing this. I hope. Oh yes, it's working. Before we jump into that, William says, I plan to win it this year, but it also will not be glamorous. Well, good luck. Honestly, I feel like I do want to win it, but I know it's not gonna happen. But we'll see. I did a 15-minute timer. Sometimes I do 20, but let's just do 15 actually for now. We are seeing it. Good. Thank you for confirming, everyone. Let's do 15 minutes. Let's get started right now. Okay. See you on the other side. Okay. In theory, you should be able to see me now. How did that go for everyone? I haven't done a sprint in a while. Um, I don't even know. Let me see how many words I wrote. I'm writing like a really dumb scene, which I will tell you about in a second. How many words did I? Here we go. 299 words. That took a while, I think, to break into. To be fair, because I left it off in like the middle of a scene. Oh, there's a loud car zooming by. Okay, no need for that. Anyway, so that was fun. Like usually with Seventh Virtue, I average like 800 to 1,000 words per sprint, but this time it just no, it didn't want to happen. Let me check out this chat. Hi, Maya. Love that Shaylin is a cult leader in my comments. We love that. Kel says, I wrote 700 words for a 500 word short story contest. Everything is going great. Everything is going fine. Listen, you got this. You know, that's not too far off. I'm sure it's excellent. Jay wrote the intro and conclusion of an essay, 162 words. That's fantastic. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I might pronounce your name wrong. Let me know what the pronunciation of your name is in the comments. But you wrote 465 words. That's fantastic. Congrats. Adiel, I might have said your name wrong. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Just correct me. It's no problem. Says it was nice. Ended up starting to edit a podcast episode. Podcast? You run a podcast? Like what's the podcast about? Is it like a public podcast? Like drop the name in the chat if you're okay with that. Nathan says every word counts. So true. Every word does count. Katie says instead of adding words, I edited several away. That deserves a round of applause. That's great. Listen, editing words, taking away the words, sometimes is just as valuable as adding them. Shaylin wrote 226. Once again, writing a short story about topics I know nothing about, and every sentence requires research. Oh, research! I hate research. I wish you all the best. Research is why I don't write like actual fiction. I just like making things up. I can't. No, short stories, I think, is where I max out at researching. I don't know if I could research an entire novel, but good luck with your research, Shaylin. Let's see. Okay, thank you for sending the pronunciation. Call you Vaughn? Okay, perfect. We banned the guy, Karen Marie. I didn't even see that. I saw it. Yeah. Okay, hopefully that's gone. That was probably a bot. That was very annoying. Sorry about that. Well, does anyone want to hear how dumb my scene is? It's so dumb. Before that, the podcast title Winter Ain't Dead, talk about my life and things I'm interested in and whatnot. And my name is like a dash. I don't know if that helped. I will look that up. Winter Ain't Dead. That's a really cool title for a podcast. Okay. You want to know about my stupid scene. So Seventh Virtue is my stupid book. So we always expect not all the writing to be great. And, honestly, I have been trying actively to write like dumb scenes that go against, what I'm like, oh, this is not good because it's like a useless scene that really doesn't affect anything in the book. And if I removed it, nothing would happen. But it has a witty dialogue. So therefore it matters because it makes me happy. This scene is not one of them. It's just like dumb and annoying. So basically, we have finally gotten, I think I might have mentioned it in my vlog. I'm not sure. If not, this is not going to make sense. But we finally gotten to the Peterson estate subplot, which I've been working toward, I think, since like 20K words. And now we're like almost at 50,000 words, and we finally got here. So that took forever. But I'm writing the scene where like the squad meets up with Darren for the first time, but it's like his engagement party. There's this huge like drama. Like if you were a 2019 viewer, you would probably know the drama with Darren's engagement. So the squad kind of crashes that, and it's really awkward. And it's dumb. It's a conversation between like, I don't know how many people are there. Like 6 people are there, and that's like too many people for me to deal with. So like most of them aren't saying anything. The dialogue, they're just like being mean to each other, and it's not good, but it's fine. Kel says, unless you wrote, I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. I'm sure it's great. Thank you. I didn't use that line. No, I did not. Yeah, but Seventh Virtue has been very fun. It has been a book that has not caused me any trouble, really. Until this point was just kind of awkward because it was like they need to get into this estate, like it's a giant house, but I was like, they can't just walk in there. So it was kind of weird trying to figure out like how to get them there in like a fun way. And like Harrison, who's like our narrator, is injured, and so it's like he's kind of useless, and it's like, well, why are you my narrator right now, because you can't do anything. So if I'm writing extremely unclearly, it's just, you know, it's for the realism because Harrison is injured and out of it. Nathan says, we stand a tropey ruined engagement. Yes, it's literally my favorite thing. I'm like, I need to just put an entire point of view in this book, like Reeves' entire point of view into this book, just so that I can write more about Darren and Reeves' relationship, because it's so fun. Carolyn says, I'm way too scared to let anyone read anything I write. You know, it comes with time, I think, and just sharing a little bit at a time, but only share when you're ready. Like there's no rush. William also feels that way too. Yeah, it just takes time as well, and there's so much time to share your work that like there's no rush at all. You know what I stand for on this channel. So don't rush into it if that's not what you want. Shaylin says, I love a useless narrator, because if I were a narrator, I would be so useless. Useless narrator represent king. Yeah, he's being so useless right now. I wish I could jump into someone else's point of view, which I kind of shifted into Reeves' point of view for like a chapter, but I kind of got away with it because of the magic system that I'm making up as I go. But it was really fun. So I might add a point of view, or I might add a couple. I might give Lonan a point of view because he's not in this book. It's like 40,000 words and he's not in this book. And I think where he's at would be interesting to explore. But also I'm like, that's a lot of work. And this book is already long enough. And I wasn't supposed to write this, you know? Anyway, we're just accepting that I'm writing this book now. I'm just going to try to finish it anyway. So I might have to reread what I wrote because I feel like I'm so lost in like the conversation. I just kind of want to end it because I'm going to write some tea after this. And I'm looking forward to that more than I'm looking forward to this conversation where like Reeve is like yelling at people, which I mean is always fun. But sometimes we need a little more. I really wanted to get them to the actual engagement party, but I guess we'll do a different party for the squad to attend. Like they've never gone to a fancy ball like my fostered characters because that was just never in the genre. So it was never in the cards for them. Like in dystopian series, did they have balls? Like not really, I don't think. So I didn't ever have one. But now that we're at Darren's house and they're bougie, like his family's super fancy, they're just gonna do parties. And so I'm excited. But like Harrison is useless, so I can't get him to the party. But I might be able to do like a workaround again and kind of dip into Rue's point of view again, just for funsies, through the magic system. Shayla says, writing a character is all poetic descriptions of their emotions and insight into their thoughts, and then in real life, I'll lose something I am holding. That actually happened to me today. Vaughn agrees. So does Ava. Everybody agrees with this. Yeah, no, I was going out today to go get candles, and I was out with my sister Sarah, and I was like, Sarah, where's my phone? And she's like, you are literally, because I was using it to like post an update on my Tumblr to say like I'm going live, everybody. And she was like, what do you mean? Yeah, no. So if I'm calling Harrison useless, he's laughing at me because there I am. Do you want to do another sprint or do you want to keep chatting? There's 29 people here. Hello. Um, let's do another sprint. I kind of want to get to the fun part. So, let me. Well, it says I put my phone in my front pocket when I always put it in my back pocket. And I spent 20 minutes trying to find it. Listen, okay, thankfully that's not just a me thing then, because losing your phone while you're like holding your phone or like actually like using it and you're just like, I don't know where I put it is a human experience. Let's do a sprint. Nathan's first sprint. We'll do a sprint. Yes, let's do a sprint. Let's share this screen. All right. Cool. Let's get started. Hello. How did that go? I hope well. I wrote like a little bit more than I did last time. I wrote like 360 words, which is still pretty good. I'm happy with that, honestly. Like that's basically already wrote like over half of like 1K, which is always a good thing. I don't really know what the total word count is for this book. It's now just over 48,000 words. So, we're getting there. I could definitely get there. For some reason I'm bored, like in the book right now. I need to add drama. I think we're gonna just conveniently like jump into Reeve's head. That's what we're gonna do. This is for me. I do what I want. I think I got an idea of how we can do that. Because the magic system basically allows for it, sort of. It is basically just so that I can make my life easier, which I don't know. I have no excuse. Jay finished their pesky homework. Congratulations. Homework sucks. So it's fantastic that you got that done. And then Vaughn wrote 351 words and finished the chapter. Oh, congrats. That's great. It was great. It's a good amount of words you got. Thank you. I continue to edit my podcast episode, which was nice. A better pronunciation that may help for my name is Adiel. Adiel. I hope I'm saying that right. Adiel. Okay, let me know. Nathan, 249, slow but steady. That's great. That's fantastic. 249. That's awesome. Karen Marie wrote 154. Ava switched novels twice, started a poem, and made an Instagram post. That's, you know what? It's not a lack of attention span. That's, using your time wisely, because now you have a whole bunch of stuff that, whereas maybe before, you wouldn't have. So that's how I would view it. I do that too, though. Maya wrote 201 words. Shaylin wrote 200 words, but it was some juicy dialogue. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Reeve, ready for her grand entrance. Yeah, make her grand. I need her to get messy at a party is basically what I want to write. Because I'm in Harrison's head, like, what's he supposed to do? Go there with her? He can't, because remember, he's a useless protagonist. I forgot, like, because I haven't written genre fiction in a while where, like, people get injured. I forgot how annoying it is when, like, you write in an injury. Because it stops them from doing so many things. Pulp Mag is open for submissions. Thank you for sending that. I will check that out. Isolated Boy wrote 178 words, which is great. Karen Marie's glad to be writing at all. Honestly, writing at all is basically the vibe. This term for me, at least. Nathan submitted to an LGBTQIA plus comic anthology, and your story got accepted. I think I'm the only person who's illustrating and writing, so I'm extra proud of myself. Congratulations! That's amazing. That sounds so cool. If you feel comfortable, you should totally drop the name in the comments. Congratulations. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Honestly, acceptances are so fun. And I'm so happy that you have a publication on the way. That's great. Let's see. I don't know. How is my writing going? I haven't really had, you let me know, how has writing been going, like, for 2021? Like, what's the vibe? Because 2021 has felt like a month, so that's why I'm asking for the entire year. Unless, like, for you, it's felt like a year. For some reason, I blinked and now it's October, right? I've had a goal to do the story a month. I've narrowly completed that. August didn't really count, but, like, we're counting it because I tried. October, I think I'm tired. I really have been writing a very particular kind of short fiction, which is like this sort of revelatory short fiction that was heavily inspired off of Sue Van Cum Tamavong's work, right? Of course. I just really enjoyed seeing how she structured short fiction. Um, I think after a year of writing short fiction in that way, I kind of want to develop my skills in other avenues. To be fair, I didn't really know how to write short fiction until this year, or like I was doing it on purpose. Like sometimes I just accidentally write a short story, and so I think I want to try some longer form stories, but I'm so bad at writing stories. I was talking about it with my sister. Like my story, Primary Organs, which was published in the Malhat Review, I think is like 2,200 words. It's something around there, but that's like really long for my stories. No, I can't get my stories much longer than 1,500 words now, which my internet apparently says it is unstable. That is not what my computer is saying. If my connection goes bad, you gotta let me know. Anyway, so that's enough about me. What are you saying in the chat? I wish I could do a story a month. Yeah, it's been difficult. I wouldn't say I've been consistently doing it super well. Like in January, that was the most prolific month. I don't know how I did that. I wrote like 4 stories. One of them was a rewrite, but still it was kind of a huge overhaul on that story. And that was about it. And then since then, I've been so bad at keeping it up, but I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll do it next year. I might. By the end of this year, I have like a collection written, which is what I think was appealing about the idea to me. 2020 writing is having 3 different projects at once and not being able to write any of them. That is me. Like, I literally exactly that. I have 3 projects. I have the short story collection. I have Feeding Habits. I have Seventh Virtue. I have not worked on Feeding Habits in forever. Vaughn says, this has actually been my best year in terms of writing. The story I'm currently writing is something I would love to query as my debut. I haven't felt like that with anything else I've written. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck with that. That sounds great. I'm so happy that this year has been good for you. Like, that's fantastic. Let's see. Eva says, the vibe of 2021 is write 3 novels at once, get stuck on all of them at once, writes a lot for a month, writes nothing for 2 months, writes 6K in one day. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. I couldn't say it more accurately. Kel says, I went through a bad case of burnout in May, which extended to August, and now you're here. Like, I feel that. I feel like I've heard it from a couple of people at this point, but like that time frame, like May to August, was not good. Like for me, like I was super burned out as well. I think, funnily, the only thing I could do, which usually this doesn't happen, was write because I wasn't doing anything else. But even then, I didn't write all that often. So I totally get that. It was a really tough time. I hope that everyone's doing well now, but I totally get that. Burnout sucks. Oh, Elle says same with the burnout until August. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm happy that like other people have experienced that too. It's really tough, but it's good to kind of talk about it because I was surprised by like talking to people, how many people were like, yeah, no, my summer was not great either. Maya says writing has been going terribly. I had the worst possible revelation yesterday. I'm so sorry. Listen, like I'm sending all of the best vibes to you, and I'm wishing you all my best. I hope that in the future things start like looking a little bit clearer. Carolyn just finished their first book and I'm tired. Wow, congratulations on finishing your first book. That's great. That's a huge accomplishment. Karen Marie has over 2,000 words in a short story so far. That's great. No, 2,000 words in a short story, that's like prime short story writing. I feel like that's when I'm like really into the story. That's awesome. Shaylin wrote so much at the start and then nothing for 3 months. And now suddenly I don't have time to get all the things in my brain into Word all of a sudden. Yeah, I think it's weird, right? Like that's happening to me too. I think I can't produce as much as I want to right now because I'm so busy with school, but like that's also same. It's so weird, right? Like why is writing like this? Nathan says 2021's been a hit or miss. I was writing consistently earlier in the year, but I took a long break during the summer, getting back into the swing of things in the fall. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I feel to how it was for me as well. It's just been a weird on off, like unpredictable sort of time. I will say I have not had like, you ever get into like a really bad writing slump where everything doesn't feel like it's right in the world? I haven't had one of those moments in a while. I think the last time I had that was like maybe in May or June with feeding habits. And then from there I was like, let's not be like so mean to yourself. And from there I've been able to sort of consistently not have one of those things happen, but it's so unpredictable that when that does happen, it just like feels so debilitating. So I hope that things sort of calm down soon. Nathan says, I think the cold weather is healing my witchy soul. Honestly, yeah, today where I live, it was like kind of like a muggy day. It felt really cozy though. And I feel like those are the days where I'm like, yes, my inner writer is coming out. Despite me really not liking like muggy weather, I find I really enjoy it for writing purposes. I couldn't find any other writing streams. So here I am, and I hope you get 50K words soon. I hope so too. You know, like it's not flowing as I hoped it would, but I think I'm going to switch to Ryu's Head just so I can actually write something that's fun and not boring. Ava's burnt out until July, then had a sudden burst of writing energy, and then since September it's been bad again, and I blame school. Yeah, school sucks, doesn't it? Like it always. I mean, school's it's so important, but it just gets. I get it. It gets in the way sometimes when you want to write. I totally get it. I feel like all I'm doing is like school writing, and I found like this week was so hard. I just had to write my book, like even if I needed to do something else. So sometimes that happens too. The late night writer says, I couldn't write most of the year, but now I plotted out 4 books in a series and you're writing now. That's great. Wow, 4 books. Wow. Share your tips. How do you plot 4 books? That's fantastic. Tiara, I did a lot of writing during the summer now. I think I'm hitting my burnout with it. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like I did write, even though it was weird. I have like a contradictory summer. But like now I feel like I am getting burnt out, like especially with short fiction. Like I can't do it anymore. Let's see. I've spent most of the year feeling uninspired, but in the last month or so, I've disciplined myself and hauled ass, and I've gotten so much done at a faster pace than I ever have before. That's fantastic. Tiara also blames school. Yeah, school. No, I'm just gonna say, I can't wait to graduate. You know, I'm tired. I want to go home too. So that's the vibe. Nostalgic, pining, and I want to go home. Karen Marie says it's hot where I live, but I think it's supposed to get cool in a couple of days. You know, fingers crossed. I love the warm weather. I used to say fall is my favorite season, and then I realized like I don't like when it gets cold. But at the same time, if you live in Toronto, the summer is unbearable. Like you can't go outside like at times. Sometimes it's great, but it's also like I like it and I don't like it. Which one do I like? I like both. I like both the cold weather and I like the warmth. I don't like the cold weather for feeling cold. But I don't like the hot weather for feeling hot. I don't know. Jay says, I can only write when I don't want to do anything else. And it's the weirdest phenomenon. I get that. Or like, I've been finding I'm procrastinating, like doing things like for school or for whatever. And so I'm like, let me just write my book, which I'm not going to say no to because sometimes I don't write enough, as much as I'd want to, at least. The late night writer says, I work full time overnight cleaning a hospital alone and I have 8 whole hours of brainstorming / thinking time. Oh, that's how you do it with the 4 books. That's fantastic. Yeah, 4 books. Wow. Maya says Toronto summers are brutal, right? Yeah, I love Toronto. Dude, when it's like, what is it? Like 40 degrees. I don't know. It got super hot at one point. But, you know, being outside is fun, but then not in such hot weather. No. You can't wait to graduate either, right? Let's let's graduate like now, you know? Um, this says fall's my favorite season because of the aesthetic, but spring is my favorite season because of every other reason. Yeah, basically. Um, Spring I like too. I basically always lump May into summer, but I guess is May technically spring? Probably. I don't know. But I always think of summer now as like May to August. So that's my favorite time period. I think May, June, ideal, perfect weather. Karen Marie doesn't speak Celsius. How does Fahrenheit work? I don't know how Fahrenheit works. So how I think of Celsius is just like you just start from zero. So like anything farther away from zero is going to be warmer, or anything below zero is going to be cold. I don't know. What is Fahrenheit? I don't understand. Y'all be saying like it's 100 degrees, and I don't know what that means. We should swap tips on understanding the opposite. What is it? I don't know. Fahrenheit. I don't get it. Is it bad? I wish my job was more monotonous so I could properly brainstorm while working. I think I used to do that when I worked in retail. I would just sort of like think a lot more about what I wanted to do, like with this or that, or like short stories. It definitely helped pass time. Tiara still doesn't understand Celsius. I don't know. It's just like it starts from zero. And like if it's 30 degrees, like that's hot because like imagine, I don't know. Anyway, imagine something that I don't know. I'm making no sense either. When someone says it was 100 degrees, I'm like, holy shit, you're burning alive. Yeah, because that's a lot. That's very warm. In my head, if you're saying Celsius, but 32 is freezing point and 212 is boiling point. Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for explaining. That's crazy. Wow. How many feet are in a mile? I don't know. Oh man. Canadian things, like it's just different than in the US. I know most of my audience is probably like, what is a Celsius? Because you're mostly American, I think. Ave was Canadian, hardly understand Celsius. Honestly, we're just getting by, you know? All right. I'm trying to see. I think we can do one more sprint and then we'll chat a little more and then I will log off. How about that? Let's do another one now. It's 3 a.m. in the UK. Oh my goodness, it's late. I remember I used to be a night owl. I used to stay up that late. Now I just can't anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I envy people. I used to be that person. I can't anymore. I have audience members in the Ukraine too. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Oh, it's so fun hearing where everybody is from. Yeah, that's amazing. Let's do this. I'm gonna start this right now, and wish me luck. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm really trying to hit 50,000 words. I don't think it's gonna happen, but let's see. Okay, let's go. Okay, how did that go for everyone? This is definitely so much more fun. I'm in a different point of view. Um, Honestly, let's just keep doing that every single time my book gets boring. We just change something because it doesn't matter because this is my book. Yeah, let's see how many words I wrote. Let me know what you accomplished in the last 15 minutes. 459. That was 459. See, when I'm out of Harrison's point of view, where he can't do anything, it's a lot easier. And I'm writing with Reeve. So writing with her is very easy. I really should give her a point of view. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Ava edited a poem. And I think I made it worse. That happens. Honestly, poetry, I don't know. Editing poetry is so tricky. Honestly, sometimes it's like a really delicate like push and pull between drafts, and then sometimes a second draft has like elements that you like, and then you put in a third draft, and then you have to like go back and like add stuff from the first draft. I don't know. It's very complicated, so I feel that. I still haven't figured out like a great routine with editing poetry. If anyone is editing poetry, let me know like what your favorite approach is. Karen Marie wrote 115 words. And Maya wrote 102 words, which is awesome. And Nathan designed 3 characters. 3 characters in 15 minutes? Wow. That's a lot of characters. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm excited to dive more into. I think I'll be able to hit, now that I've written this, the 50K by the end of this night, basically. Probably not in this stream because I don't think I'm going to do another sprint in this stream, but after the stream, I will probably finish this because this is delicious. This is very fun. Ava says, in regards to like poetry, I have no approach. I just start editing it and hope for the best. Yeah, that's usually like what I do as well. I just cross my fingers. And then sometimes like a couple months later, I like go back to the original draft. Like this happened to a poem that I was looking to submit to a magazine, and it was the first poem I ever wrote. So it wasn't very good, of course. It was a long time ago. I wrote it, I think, in 2019. And then I revised it to submit to a magazine like last year, just for fun. And then I revised it again. And then I came back this time and I realized I didn't like the revised version that I'd submitted to that magazine. It was rejected anyway. I liked like the second draft better. So it's so weird, right? Poetry, I don't understand. Hopefully I can figure out like a better way to revise in the future. No says writing a short story for a school assignment. Long Way to Hell is the name. I think I may have written a part that's way cheesy. I hate things that are corny. 100 to 130 words is what I've written. Honestly, sometimes just pull into the corniness. That's, it can be a thing. Jay started doing poems recently. I just rewrite the whole thing from memory and see what I like between drafts. It gets wild sometimes. It's a really great approach. I should do that. I've never done that ever, like with revisions. I've heard people say to do that. I think I've heard from, I can't remember who actually. They were like, oh, just rewrite the whole thing from scratch. Like, I think it was for short fiction. And I was like, wow. Shaylin wrote 379 words, writing a witch story for Halloween, and things are getting very dramatic. A witch story? That sounds fantastic. Ooh, I should write a Halloween story too. That's fun. We love spooky, like, is it ever really satisfying? Like, sometimes it happens where, like, I'm writing a book and, like, the time of year correlates to the time of year that, like, the book is in. And I feel like that is, like, one of the most satisfying experiences, like, to write a birthday around a birthday or, like, a holiday thing around the holidays. It's very fun. Tiara couldn't figure out how to write this chapter, so instead of writing, got distracted by Twitter. Twitter has been, like, at least writing Twitter has been really interesting the last couple days, hasn't it? I have not been keeping up, but Twitter can get you. Kels didn't write anything. I started at my document and shoved chips. I stared at my document and shoved chips into my mouth. That's what I plan to do after this. I'm watching rewatching Bates Motel with my sister. And if you didn't know this about me, like I was so obsessed with Bates Motel when I was in grade 9. If you were on my blog, like, and I don't know if any of you are still here. For if you're around for the Doing the Right Thing days, which was a daily writing update thing that I did on my blog for about a year. I used to post tons of stuff about like Bates Motel. And so I'm rewatching that now. So that's to say that after this, I will probably Sarah's baking a loaf of bread right now. So I'll probably eat bread and watch Bates Motel because that's happiness. Nathan says I draw much faster than I write. Proud of you for switching points if you do what it takes. That's honestly my motto. I'm just doing whatever happens. Shayla says my mistake was setting it during the Salem witch trials when I know literally nothing about history or Puritans. I remember I took a class last year and we learned a whole bunch of stuff about the Salem witch trials. It's bizarre. Like it was so interesting though. Probably one of my favorite things that I've learned in school. Jay is not on Twitter for their own sanity. Now I'm curious. Stay off Twitter. I don't go on Twitter all that often anymore. I used to be a Twitter fiend when I was like, Twitter was like my first social media when I was old enough to get social, because I was always waiting for like you must be this age, like for the terms of services. When I was like 13. So when I turned 13, that was like one of the first things that I got. And so I really was a big Twitter person for a while there. And then now I don't engage as much. I usually just check on there for like writing opportunities. But there are some writing opportunities. There's a whole thing. Should write an essay on ghosts and goblins and haunted houses that children like to go see. Yes. No, that's a really good idea. I was a big ghost person, like when I was also like a couple of years ago, like, and I loved ghost stuff. And so I should write more with ghosts too. That's a great idea though. Like the haunted houses that children go to see. That's interesting. Yes, Shaylin, confer with me. I don't really know as much, but anymore, but I did really like it. I can send you a thing about one of the, like there's one of the true crime people that I like. They covered a big chunk of Salem witch trials. I will send that to you. Twitter overwhelms Ava. Yeah, I don't understand what goes on over there. So yeah. Let us sort of close out the stream. What are you like planning on doing with writing for like the rest of the month? Or if any of you are doing NaNoWriMo, like are you prepping something for that right now? I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'll just probably try to write Seventh Virtue. Because the faster I can draft that book, the better. It's almost been 2 years straight of drafting Feeding Habits, and I'm like, I'm over it. Like, I don't want to write it anymore, So I don't want the same thing to happen with Seventh Virtue. And plus, I find I write this book better when I write it very quickly, which is the opposite with Feeding Habits. Feeding Habits needs like half a decade to like simmer. I will send you the video. Yeah, it's a really cool part of it's weird. It's a weird story. But fascinating though. It's so fascinating. NaNoWriMo is really close. It's so close. On one hand, I'm like very happy that time is moving because I get to go home. On the other hand, it's like, how is this happening? Like, how are we here now? Like, this is too much. I don't know. Time is going so fast. 2021. Different genre short stories to get me into writing type groove. Yeah. I think reading like a good selection is always really, really fun, I think. Isolated Boy, drafting my fantasy project and poetry for my intro to creative writing class. Oh, fantasy project and poetry. Oh, good luck with that. That sounds so fun. I've been really enjoying fantasy lately. I was a big fantasy snob like basically my whole life. I don't know. I never like engaged in fantasy all that often. And so now I've finally started reading a whole bunch of fantasy. I just got a copy of Iron Widow, which just came out. I think that's young adult. And then Lore by Alexandra Bracken, I'm still reading. And then Blood Like Magic, of course, by Lizelle Tambry, which is so good. All of these books are so good. I'm reading them all at the same time because like I can't like help it. They're just all so good that I just have to keep reading them. But I've been having a lot of fun like diving into more fantastical worlds. And so that's why I'm writing a lot more Seventh Virtue, just because it's so fun. Like, why wouldn't you want to have so much fun, right? Jay is concepting characters for a post-apocalyptic world. Yes, thank you for attending, and I hope you have a nice weekend as well. I really enjoyed doing like the Friday stream. That's pretty fun. Maya's hoping to re-outline their novel before Nano rolls around. Praying for an epiphany, basically. Yeah, I was hoping that I could also sort of do that as well. Not re-outline, but actually outline, because I have nothing. So I feel like if I outline a little bit, at least the next couple of points for Seventh Virtue, that I could like draft better. So I feel you with like praying for a miracle on that one, because I got nothing right now. Yes, I will leave the stream up on the channel if y'all want to come back and like watch it again. Nathan says final scripts are due on the 31st. Then I'm in full illustrator mode all November. The anthology is called The Color of Always. You can follow them on Twitter. Oh, that's great. And Instagram. That's fantastic. Thank you for dropping that in the chat. Everybody, go check out The Color of Always. Ava says, isn't it July still? I could swear it's still July, right? Like, it's so bizarre that it's not July anymore and that it's October. I don't understand. Like, I was prepping for this stream, and in StreamYard, which is where I do these streams from, I saw the first stream that I did on this channel was this time last year, like on the 20th of October. How has time gone by since then? I don't understand. Jay says Iron Widow. I've been meaning to get to that. It's great. Like I'm so excited to really dive more into it. But I'm really enjoying like the young adult fantasy, especially. Like I cannot believe people come up with ideas that are just so fleshed out and like fantastic and fresh. Like how like my ideas, they are stale, but that's okay. You know what? I am enjoying my stale ideas. Chaos of the Galaxy is going to a poetry festival tomorrow to try to learn more about poetry. Oh, that's very cool. You know, I went to a poetry reading recently. I forgot how much I really enjoyed poetry readings. Like they're so helpful in understanding poetry, because I haven't been writing poetry all that long either. So it's always good to learn more. Anyway, so I feel like this is a good place to sign off on the stream. Thank you for joining me. I hope that we were all able to get some words in or some work done. Hopefully I can do another stream soon. And let me know, what would you want to see on my channel soon? I think I'm going to post the actual helpful writing tips video for like new writers video that I said I would post a while ago. Let me know what you want to see. In the meantime, good luck, especially for those of you who are doing like Preptober or are like gonna do NaNoWriMo, since I probably won't see you then. Good luck with that. And if you're planning right now, fingers crossed for you. And like, let's get through NaNoWriMo in November. Maybe I'll do a stream or so. We'll see how it goes. Keep an eye out on the channel. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. I will sign off now. See you in hopefully another video really soon. Okay, bye everyone.